Miscellaneous minds, never explaining the minds. Devilish grin for my alias, aliens who respond. Peddling sin, thinking maybe when you get old you realize I'm not gonna fold or demise. I don't smoke crack, motherfucker, I sell it.
What is going on, everybody? This is the Miscellaneous Minds Podcast. I'm your co-host, Boo and Gato, the cat that hands your conviction back. And to my left over here is the main man, sitting there, the man that makes the fat stacks. Together we form the dynamic duo that won't die. Tell me ideas, run and spice your content. There you go, OnlyFans.
What is going on, everybody? Before we get into tonight's topic, please make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit. And with that, let's get right into it. So, an update to a story that we've been staying on top of throughout its history here. Jonathan Majors.
Kang!
Man actually got convicted. Listen, I'll be honest with you. There's good and bad in this particular circumstance. Now, here's the thing. The man got convicted of a lesser charge than what he was originally charged with. This is obviously after the jury decided, hey, look, her story don't make that much sense. Her story ain't that believable. But they did convict him of something small. Basically, it was reckless endangerment. In other words, I don't know if that was the exact charge, but basically it's reckless endangerment. Basically meaning he didn't mean to, or was it reckless assault? Basically meaning he didn't mean to have her hurt, but he put her in a situation where she could be hurt. Now, my problem with this whole circumstance, and I'll be honest with you, I'm very happy to see a lot of other streamers, a lot of other podcasters have been basically on the same page we've been. It's bullshit. Again, if you want to convict the man of putting her in a situation where he put her in danger but didn't directly put hands on her, fine. But you're going to tell me that she admitted to putting hands on the man and she doesn't get any charges? What the fuck kind of shit is that? Listen, we need to stop all this fucking treating certain individuals with baby gloves, with fucking big old mittens, and letting other individuals face the harsh reality of having to deal with the consequences of their actions. Listen, again, if you want to convict a man of something, fine. I don't agree with it, but hey, I wasn't part of the jury. The jury said, these original charges, nah, I don't see that shit. But we'll give you this. So in my eyes, they compromised on doing something, but not necessarily doing what people wanted them to do, what maybe the prosecutor wanted them to do. So listen, I think this is one of those scenarios where they gave him a conviction, not because they believed necessarily that he might be guilty of everything that was being said, but hey, look, it's already gotten here. Now, shortly thereafter, this man got convicted. What we predicted was going to happen happened. Disney dropped this motherfucker hard. Apparently, they're going to revamp all their movies because they were basing a lot of their future movies around him. Now that he can no longer be Kang, it looks like they're going to be revamping a lot of what they believe was going to be the future of, I believe they said the next 5 movies or something like that. I can't remember the exact amount, but in all honesty, listen, if I was him, for whatever meaningless victory I could get, I'd take this woman to court civilly. Now, he was charged criminally, but I'd take her to court civilly. Because, again, it was found out by NYPD that this man suffered assault from this woman. Not reckless, not unprovoked, directly. So, this whole, she just gets to get away scot-free is a load of horseshit. I also wouldn't be surprised if this woman comes after him civilly, because now that she has that, oh, look, he was convicted in her back pocket, more than likely she's going to come for what little money is left, if he has any. I read an article, I don't know how true it was, that apparently the man is now suffering financially because of the amount of money he had to pay for his defense. And given that he has no future in his chosen field now, at least for God knows how long, it's not looking great for him. Which is, again, it's a travesty. I'll be honest with you. I understand that he was in Loki and a couple other, I guess not directly, but like involved somehow in some of the shows. I've never seen the man on screen. I've never watched any of the, haven't gotten to that. But the concept of this man losing the entirety of his future for not even putting hands on somebody is insane to me. What do you think about that, my man?
Well, there was other details about that like the whole story of the trial was basic to say that Jonathan Majors is an imposing figure, and he is a danger to people that are around him because of his size, which again we can't deny that the man's big, the man's swole. There's nothing we can there's no debating that. Look at him, yeah, the man's big. He was in Creed 3 for a reason. He was a big villain in movies. I should say that in the movies. But there was actually surveillance footage around the incident that he was referring to, in which you can actually see Jonathan Majors running away from Jabari. And if he was so imposing of a threat, if he was this man that was about to do harm, why would he run away from the person that they would be inflicting harm on? It makes no sense. In fact, even before that, there was incidents where Jabari had actually been drinking, and she was actually robbing this man's phone, and he was meeting her into the hospital, into a place where they would understandably ask questions of how did this happen? Where did these injuries come from? They would ask a lot of questions. And if any of that was on any sort of question of inflicting harm, you don't think they would have called authorities? And if that was the case, why would Jonathan Majors be the one admitting her into the hospital if questions were going to be raised if he wasn't innocent? That's that big hole where I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Why would the person that be inflicting harm be sending the person to the hospital directly? Where again, questions can be raised, questions can be asked, and they'd be like, okay, if this is the person responsible, we need to get police here immediately and arrest this man immediately. Why would he deliberately put himself in harm's way legally, unless he didn't do it? It doesn't make any sense. How does that make sense to you? I ask you. It doesn't make any sense to me anyway.
It doesn't make any sense, my man. And listen, this is what I'm talking about, bro. Where unfortunately, here's the thing. This whole he's intimidating because of his size. That's a little horseshit, man. So basically, you got to be some little skinny fuck nobody and shit to make sure that you don't, seem intimidating to anybody. It's fucking dog shit. And here's the thing. The reality of the circumstances, listen, some things came out that some people might deem embarrassing. I guess there was some sort of tape where Jonathan Majors said that he wanted her to be, who were the two figures? I know it was Michelle Obama.
It was like Michelle Obama and Coretta Scott King.
Coretta Scott King.
Something like that.
Yeah. So listen, if you're in a relationship like that, and you're telling your spouse or someone to carry yourself with that type of demeanor like them, it's like, yo, my man, like, man's just asking for you to be respectable. You feel me? Again, I don't know the particular circumstance of this, but listen, it's just one of those concepts where none of this makes sense. Like, if you take all the the things that we've gotten leaked, all of the pieces to the puzzle, it doesn't sound like it was him. It sounds like it was her. Now, don't get me wrong. Depending on the circumstance, that audio, yeah, you could maybe pretend it as he sounds like he's being an ass. But listen, let's keep it 100. You really think this woman that admitted to assault, it wasn't being an ass to him? You don't think she's an asshole? You don't think she has an asshole type personality? Listen, we need to stop all this cap. Treat her the same way you treated this motherfucker. Just because he's the famous rich one and blah, 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 he doesn't deserve that. And again, we on a very consistent basis rally against the rich fucking assholes and shit like that. So this is not a preferential treatment towards fucking Jonathan Majors. This is the facts don't line up with what the narrative that's trying to be pushed. It just doesn't line up that way. So stop the fucking cap, handle this woman just like you handle Jonathan Majors, and give us some real fucking justice. Anything else you want to add to that, my man?
Yes, the fact that this man, and again, it's a misdemeanor charge. It is a misdemeanor charge. It is as small as a charge. It doesn't matter. That's the shameful part about this. The shameful part about this is that no matter what, he's going to have that black mark of assault. This man assaulted somebody. Do not blacklist this man immediately. Do not cast him in any more roles. This person was engaged in assault. Do not hire this man. When again, if you look at the facts, again, he was trying to avoid this person entirely. In fact, in some cases, actually trying to actively help them out, especially when harm had befallen them in the past. Again, something that they didn't even do themselves. But this man got a black mark. Assault. This person assaulted somebody. They beat him. That one entire mark basically illustrates where the trajectory of his career is going to go. Just on one simple mistake that he was a little too caring in some instances. And again, there's nothing you could realistically do in that situation. If that situation happened to you, what is your meaningful recourses? Because again, the answer, you can just run away. No, you can't, because this person tried to actually run away, and guess where that caught him? Absolutely nowhere. Are you supposed to stay and take the beating? No, because then That's not fair to you. There's no reason that you should take harm because of someone else's abuses. Well, he can't fight back. She's a woman, he's a man. And understandably, yes, that shouldn't be the answer anyway. But his two recourses are either stay and take the abuse or leave. And he can't even leave because then he would be in charge of reckless endangerment or reckless assault in the 3rd degree. So realistically, he had no options. He had no options of what to do in this situation. And guess what? Black mark. He cannot be hired in Hollywood anymore. And it's ridiculous. This is what I had to say on that.
I agree completely, my man. Look, all we're asking for is equal fucking justice. That's it. That's it. Treat her the same way you treated him. That's it. And again, I've not watched any of his work. I didn't even watch Creed 3. I didn't see anything in the Loki. None of that. I didn't see none of that shit. So I'm not even coming at this like a fucking fan. I'm coming at this like a person that, based on everything that's came out, I've heard the same things that you guys, the same facts that you guys have heard, and based on that, it does not add up. It does not add up. So all we're asking for is equal fucking justice for this man. And with that, make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit, and
until next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you on the next one.